All right, Helldivers, we have a pretty big update coming pretty soon. But it got me thinking about like other small features and maybe bigger features that I think this game could use to really like thrive into the future in the like years to come. Because I come from like a background of like playing things like Destiny and like other MMOs. I feel like I picked up on a few things that like kind of makes those games like thrive and continue to have like players and content like years and years and years down the line. And of course, we all want that for Helldivers. Oh, and of course, real quick, if you're a fan of Helldivers 2, you're in the right place. Do the YouTube jazz, and let's get on with the video. Now, the first thing that I would like suggest to the development team, and by the way, I come from a background of zero game development knowledge of how how any of it works. So basically, I'm full of shit. The first thing that I think would be like an easy quality of life would be on the end mission screen, just more stats. I want to know like how many hunters I killed, how many bile titans I killed. It would really help to like really put a number on like how effective your loadout and build is, and to know like, okay, well, I'm lacking in this area or such, or like how to have like a really well-rounded squad, and you just have the numbers to back that up. So I feel like they already do track like those type of numbers anyways with your personal missions. So I feel like this would be like an easy like slam dunk for like a small update or something like that. Now we're gonna start going a little bit bigger. We're not gonna get to like updates and like stuff that would be like completely out of the realm of like what I think could reasonably be done. But you remember back in like the the late 90s or like the early 2000s, you're sitting in your mom's basement because that's where they let you play video games. But like now, like we're like probably like in our wives' basements, so like that's where like they let us play our video games now, right? Anywho, but back then the multiplayer games then that were cooperative had cooperative vehicles. Now we're all thinking, everybody's thought it, everybody said it, the Warthog. Where's the Warthog from Halo? This single vehicle would be a huge, I don't want to say game changer, but it would be so much fun with your squad because it just feels like it would fit into this game like so perfectly. I think we would need some missions designed specifically around like maybe like a larger span of like open ground that you'd have to traverse, and maybe you have like a higher percentage of like shriekers or maybe another enemy type that can actually like contend with a faster vehicle that has like a mounted machine gun or rocket or something like that. But I feel like this needs to happen eventually. This is probably one of the things that would take a little bit longer to get the gears turning on, but definitely I know this one is a fan favorite for the community that we really want. All right, then next up, like I said earlier, I'm a huge Destiny fan. I play a lot of MMOs, and one of the things that all those have are community spaces, so like social spaces, like a tower. I feel like we need like a fleet command ship or something like that, or like a spot at Super Earth, just so you can see other Helldivers, their armors, you can emote at each other, you can squad up, stuff like that to really like help the community like feel big and thrive. Because right now I think it actually does a pretty good job, because when you warp into a planet, you see everybody else's ships there, but like take that interaction to like the next level as like only an option. Like wouldn't be something like by default. But another easy comparison is like Deep Rock Galactic with you when you come in with your mining crew in the ship. You can like go to the bar, you can dance off, like just stupid silly shit like that. It really does go a long way in my opinion, like making a game just feel like more alive and like that you just want to like spend time in. All right, I'm not gonna keep this list too much longer. This will probably be the last one. Is I think we need like interior maps and missions. Maybe you don't get any of like your stratagems. Maybe you just get your equipment kit, and then you drop into like again like a small area that then you can like go down into like a bunker, like a big bunker, or like a terminid like nest, or a like automaton like giant factory. And maybe you pick up like stratagem weapons or like single use things like a rail cannon. You can use it once, something that changes up the gameplay but like keeps it like in the same sandbox. So again, going back to like MMOs, so like Final Fantasy 14, it's like all these different game modes that just change up like little tweaks, same combat system, same all that, but just goes a long way in like kind of keeping things fresh. Maybe like have some of these missions where like the squad size is different, so like maybe 6 Helldivers, or just there's 2 of you. Now stuff like that would have to come in like a larger like expansion type of content update that maybe we have to pay for. I don't know. I'm not opposed to that if it's going to be that big, but you just don't want like the same formula that we have now to like really get that old. Because yeah, we do get new missions, but they're kind of the same still, and like that's fine. But like the sandbox in Helldivers 2, I think is like one of the best. So like you really just want to like get the most bang for your buck out of like the groundwork that's already there. And I feel like, you know, different mission types, either interior or maybe more expansive, like 12 travelers, something like that. You know what I'm thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. That'd be cool. So like that's like my like when I sit back and I think about what like would be really cool in Helldivers, and like could be like some of those are like I think easy potentials for the game. Some of them I'm reaching for like a little bit. Like I wouldn't go as far as saying like, ooh, we need to be able to command our fleet ships and have like space battles and stuff. Like I think like that's too far out of the realm. So those are like kind of like easy to like maybe could happen content updates. So definitely guys, hit me up with like what you think the game would need, and like I can make like another like video like this where we go over like an additional things that the game needs. But this is just like fun stuff to talk about. You know, everybody here loves Helldivers. So again, like this is just like a fun list for, you know, a game we all like. You know, thanks for sticking out to the end, and I'll catch you in the next one.